All right, our trig identities here. A lot of kids, if you're in a trig class learning this, you probably know all of this already, but most kids, once they get out of that and go into something like calculus, they kind of just forget why the trig identities are what they are and how I can figure out any trig identity based off of this first one right here. Cosine squared plus sine squared equals 1. Okay, so first off, why is that the case? Well, on our unit circle here, okay, if I look at any point on the circle, I can go from this point to the origin, and I have a distance of 1. Okay, so we're just going to use this point up here at pi sixth, or 30 degrees. Okay, and from here, I can make a triangle. So if I made a triangle here, here, and here, okay, I already know the hypotenuse of this triangle is 1. And then what is we'll call this A and B. What's the distance of A? Well, it's just cosine. What's the distance of B? Well, it's just sine. So I've already got here cosine, or my A value, is root 3 over 2. And my sine value is, or my B value, is 1/2. Okay, so just based on Pythagorean's theorem, A squared plus B squared should equal C squared, which C squared in this case is 1. It's a constant. So I've got A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and 1 squared is 1, so I can just leave it at 1. All right, that's our first trig identity. Now, how can I get any other trig identity I want out of that? All I'm going to do is make this whatever I want it to be. How so? Let's say I'm looking for tangent, okay? All I've got to do is make tangent. So I'm just going to go through here, and I know tangent is sine over cosine, so I'm going to divide each part of this by cosine squared x, divide by cosine squared x, divide by cosine squared x. Okay, now in this middle section right here, I've got tangent squared x, sine over cosine. All right, what about cosine squared over cosine squared? Well, that's just 1, right? And what about 1 over cosine squared? Well, that's just secant squared. Okay, oops, I put a plus sign there. It should be equals. Now, after this point, all I need to do is solve for tangent. So just subtract the 1. And root both sides. And there you go. You got tangent x. But you can get any trig identity you want based off of this equation right here, because we have Pythagorean's theorem, because we're working with triangles, and I can change either cosine, sine, or 1 to any value, any trig function that I want, just by dividing whatever trig function will make that come up, like we did here with tangent.